Good day, viewers. I am dealing with June 2024 only for the Earth Trine today. This is my take on Tarot and Vedic astrology aligned to give you a clearer picture. I've uploaded my Fire Trine. I am now going to deal with my Earth Trine, which is Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. So here we go. I'm using the tetractys spread this period for June, and this is the premise or the foundational card that gives us what will be the whole stepping stone for the Earth Trine. So this is light and dark. This is the creator, the sustainer, and the destroyer. And this is fire, air, water, and earth. And this is basically the tetractys spread for the month of June for Earth Trine. And the premise of the Earth Trine here is the Ten of Pentacles. The Ten of Pentacles. And the Ten of Pentacles is all about old money, inheritance, things that maybe you have worked for. When we say old money, how do you deal with old money? Are you looking to understand what you have? Are you looking to have that solid foundation? Is it all about family? Is it about lasting success? Old values, old ways, traditional, very traditional. And it's thinking that you would get your money or have your money from traditional ways. And what are the traditional ways to have money? The first traditional way is obviously to work, because that's traditional. So that Taurus, which is the original house of wealth, which begins this trine for most of us. But remember in my video I told you that the trines can begin from any one of the three zodiac signs that are in the trine. So that Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn could all be Bhava 1 or house 1. So that Taurus, being the house of wealth, the original house of wealth in the zodiac, tells you that it's an earthly, it's a stable, it's Prithvi in Hinduism and in Jyotish. So that it gives you that foundation of work, of toiling, of tilling the soil, as we see. But there are other ways in which you can make money. You can win the lotto, you can inherit it from some relative, your parents, your grandparents, your ancestors, or you can earn it in the negative ways, which there are many once we want to step on that path. But this is about Vedic astrology, doing the right thing. This is about tarot, understanding how you need to do the right thing. So we will look at the Ten of Pentacles as your solid foundation for finances and resources. And that will be the premise or the foundation of this reading for the Earth Trine. Then we go to the light. What is the light bringing to us? The Page of Pentacles. And the Page of Pentacles, again, it's about money, it's about coin. And the Page of Pentacles really doesn't have a place in the pack of tarot. The Page of Pentacles really deals with someone in training, someone who's thinking about money. And the light, this tells you the cosmic forces guiding you. And it tells you that, you are still in training, you are still a lightweight where finances are concerned. You probably only view it in a narrow focus, that you sit there and you contemplate. But there's a lot of training that you have to undergo in terms of keeping that solid foundation, arriving at that solid foundation, maintaining it and not losing it. So that this Page of Pentacles is in a contemplation mode and is in training about finances. So the light here, the guiding force, is telling you that while you have a stable foundation, while you have material or financial security, you are still in training. There are still a lot of things you have to learn about financial stability. So keep that in mind, Earth Trine. And the dark here deals with the Ace of Cups. And Ace in any one of the tarot spread, Ace is new beginnings. So that Ace of Cups talks about new beginnings emotionally, because Cups is all about emotion. So what is this new beginning emotionally? What does this card really want to tell us? At the end of the day, how do we deal with our emotions or new emotions that are coming out, for us to understand how do we create, because it could be an initiation of emotions, it could be an initiation of a new relationship that will guide us into understanding what are the new beginnings that we need, that will bring up the dark. What is it? Somebody new coming into our life? What is it somebody who will come and put our emotions all over the place? Is it someone who could help us to understand what is the creativity, that we don't need to see this new person, that we have what is beneath the surface? What is beneath the surface of this dark? And this dark is all about the reaction to contemplation. So what is beneath this stability, this financial success? Is it our family? Is it the hand of God? Because we see the hand there holding the cup with wings. So we deem that, the hand of God is there reaching out to us to tell us, listen, at the end of the day, your joy, your nourishment, your abundance comes from doing the right thing. Your the revolution or the initiation of creativity with this ace, this new beginning, comes with divine intervention. So I suggest for the Earth Trine, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, that meditation, prayer, seeking introspection into yourself as to what you really want and how you want to achieve it is this dark, because this is the reaction to your contemplation, the light and the dark, to bring stability. And then we have the destroyer, and the destroyer here is the Six of Pentacles. And the Six of Pentacles speaks to blessings or persons sharing what they have, because we see a figure there putting their hands over two persons on their knees, and this is the blessings that you should, and it's all pentacles, Taurus. So once you have, you need to share. Once you have resources, so probably do some charity work for the month of June. Understand that you could probably make donations, support communities, be generous, give a gift, some kind of patronage, some kind of social welfare, being conscientious that you, with your financial stability, you that have more than most, and there are those who are not as fortunate as you. So give a little, help a little, understand persons who need a little. If you work in that kind of area, have more patience, have more empathy or sympathy for persons who you deal with, And that is what this destroyer is telling you, because it can destroy your life. You need to remove any greed that you may have, or any selfishness that you may have. You need to look out for others. But it can also tell you that all the time, for all the years, you have been looking out for others. So right now you may need to look out for yourself. You know, at the end of the day, you may need to look out for yourself and help others to help you. Help others that you can be assisted, so that you cannot be destroyed, or remove any thought of ego or dominance. Help, because it can destroy you. And what can sustain you? The Ace of Swords. And this is another beginning. And swords is all about, at the end of the day, the Ace of Swords is, it's all about you again with new beginning. It is all about understanding how you think. A swords is intellect. Probably you are going to think a different way. Probably you are going to understand people in a different way, because the strategies and the thinking and the thought processes of you will find a new perspective, a new avenue to bring about some kind of creation, some kind of assistance. And again, it's a hand holding a sword. So it comes right under the Ace of Cups. So you have new beginnings with your emotions, new beginnings with your intellect. It is looking up for you here with the sustainer, so that probably your new perspective is what will sustain your energies for your financial and emotional movement forward. Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. And the creator here is, let us see. The creator here is, we have this card, the well, in this pack. And the well really speaks to something you cannot see, but you know the depths. You know that it is deep, but you know that water in that well is what sustains you. And water is your emotions. Water is your feeling. Water is you understanding your emotions and feelings. You understanding that while you want to empathize with people, while you want to have new beginnings in the light, and new things of how you think about your emotions, you also understand that you can drown. That you can drown in those emotions. So that while you may work or have empathy with persons who you are dealing with, don't drown. Because you also have to live, Earth Trine. You also have a life. You also have family. So cater to the emotions in terms of assisting, but draw the line. Understand that well, if you jump into that well of emotions, you can drown. Understand that there is a line you must draw. Don't jump into that well. There is a line that you can draw, and that you have to draw for your direction, your new direction, your new big drive. Because this creation card tells you have to explore what drives you and in what direction. So if it is that you have a job that you feel that you need to help everybody and understand everybody and do another colleague's work, then no, that is not what the well is telling you to do. What drives you and what puts you in a new direction that you wouldn't drown is understanding the limits. Limit your emotions, Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. Limit your emotions in helping people. Because as I indicated, and as this speaks to me, you need to help, yes. You need to understand the emotions, but you also need to understand that you have to live. You have to grow your family, whether you are single or married, your person surrounding you who are important to you. You need to also survive. And that is what this well is telling you. So, Earth Trine, understand that. And then we have fire. And the fire is the Nine of Swords. And this Nine of Swords is all about, again, you're thinking too much. You're thinking about others and not yourself. The swords are there, but none is harming you. But you want to help. You want to take action. You want to understand where to go and how to do it. But you are just one person in the earth of billions. How much can you do? You can only do so much. You can only do so much. Earth Trine, the Nine of Swords are there, but none is harming you. It's all in your mind. It's all in your mind. These negative things and this burden that you want to carry, because it's a burden that you want to carry for others. You can't be carrying others' burden. You can empathize, you can help, you cannot be greedy, but you have to understand that you could drown. So don't drown in that. You are still in training about your finances, and your finances could deeply impact you. So while you want to carry the burden for others, the fire trine is telling you, the fire card is telling you, no, be creative. Your will and ambition, to take the burden of others is drowning you. The will and ambition that you have here is to take the burden of others. So cut that out. Cut that out, because that is not going to assist you. You are not being killed or hurt or harmed by any swords. It's all in your mind. And then we go to the current strategies. And again, we have swords. Oh my goodness. We have the Nine of Wands. And the Nine of Wands came up in the fire trine reading as the premise. The Nine of Wands is all about being defensive. And this is the current strategies that you are supposed to do. Be wary of others. You have reached a point. Now you need to defend it. Take guard. Understand that you have to be on guard, because you have achieved certain things. You have reached a point where you are stable. You are still in training, because you are not in greed. So you are still in training, but you are stable financially for the month of June, and you need to guard against things that will drown you. And it is your emotions that will drown you. Your thinking that you have to take on the burden of others. So your current strategy is be in defense, be on guard. Understand what is happening to you, Earth Trine. And then we have water, exploring your emotions. Ooh, and we have the Tower. Again, the Tower says unexpected things, sudden happenings, fall from grace. The Tower speaks to transformations, understanding that your emotions will transform you into somebody who might have issues. And the Tower is you falling unexpectedly, some sudden accident happening to you, and it's all about your not being on guard and you being burdened by others. So, Earth Trine, understand what is happening here. Understand the Tower is unforeseen circumstances that your emotions will be affected. But it's telling you you are still in training with your money. You have new beginnings with your emotions. You have new beginnings with your intellect. And this is the sustainer. This is the dark. So it's all mixed up right now for the month of June. It's chaos, but you have power and authority, There is divine ruling and intervention here. And if this intervention is for you to suddenly fall, and fall not metaphysically or physically, but fall within your emotions or have some breakdown emotionally, then that is what is required by divine intervention for you to learn your lesson. That is required for you to understand. Do not carry the burden of others. You have your own. You don't want to drown in this well. Earth Trine. Understand that giving, if you have, is okay. Giving, if you have, is okay because you might be fortunate and others may not be as fortunate as you. But you are still a page. You are still in training. There are things you have to learn. Understand what is happening. You are in training. You can give if you have, but do not carry the burden of others. That is what this tower is also telling you, that there are hope and new beginnings. You have to accept change. But these temporary obstacles, because this tower is temporary obstacles, it's going to come to you. But your emotions may drown you and you will fall unexpectedly. You might have an emotional breakdown. You might have some emotional chaos. But it continues with you and your emotions. And Earth Trine, this is quite surprising because Earth is all about stability. Earth and Prithvi, as we say in Jyotish, is all about stability. But sometimes an earthquake comes. Sometimes the forces of nature, when you don't have rain, there's drought and the earth cracks. So that while you might be strong and have, there are also things that can happen to you. And you're not thinking about yourself. And I think for the month of April, I also said this for the Earth Trine, so that while we want to help others, you have to help yourself first. Do not carry the burden of others. You have your own burdens. It may not be about finances this month. It may be about emotions. And emotions stress. As we all know, Earth Trine, it's a killer. It is not stress and just talk about it and you are under stress. It can harm you. It can affect your health. So understand what you are doing, Earth Trine. And then for the final card, the Earth, how are we dealing with and coping with everyday life? It's the Eight of Swords. And again, we have emotions here. And Swords is about your intellect, your strategies, how you deal with any environment that you are putting yourself in. How do you deal with that environment? How do you understand what is happening to you? This is the Eight of Swords telling you you are standing alone. You are standing alone here guarding. You are standing alone in defense and on guard. But here you are standing alone with the swords behind you. So you have already thought about things. You are tied up. But you are tied up of your own making. It's just like the devil card in other readings. You are choosing to stand there tied up because you can get free. Hail and everything is coming down on you. You are tied up, swords are behind you. You feel that rain is pelting you. You are on a solitary beach with rock. It's night, it's dark, it's things that you cannot see because you are also blindfolded. That you feel you can't see what is around you, above you, or beyond. But you have to cope. You have to cope because take heart. It's not going to affect your foundation. Your foundation is a good one. It's from your ancestors. It's from old ways. It's from traditional ways that hold you. The two new beginnings gives you new thoughts and new emotions. So you're just not stuck in the old ways. You have the Ace of Swords, which will sustain you because you have a new perspective and a new way of thinking and doing things. So while you are steeped in tradition, you have also been given the Ace of Swords and the Ace of Cups to think differently, to feel differently, so that this quagmire that you feel that you are stuck in, this chaos that you feel you are stuck in, it is just a time for you to learn. And the Eight of Swords, this here is Mercury, and Mercury is about communication. the graha for this card is Mercury, and it is all about communication, you know. And the Ten of Pentacles is all about understanding what it is you want in terms of your stability. And the card for that again is Mercury, you know. So how you communicate, you still have to learn, you have to give. So you communicate your empathy and your sympathy for persons not by taking on their burdens, but by sharing what you have financially or physically, your time, you know. Have a little empathy, speak with them, communicate with them, but don't take on their burdens emotionally. That's them, that's on them. That's on them to learn their lessons from Saturn. And Saturn is in Aquarius right now, the zodiac sign of invention, of creativity, of new thinking. So Saturn is telling you at the end of the day too, understand that yes, people are in need, but it is not your burden to carry. You can share, but you cannot or should not be carrying burdens for others. The lessons that you have learned to move forward is their lessons to learn and move forward. And let us see what the spiritual entity is saying. And viewers, I must apologize for the quality of my videos and the lights in my videos. I'm learning on my own and I'm trying to get it right, but it takes some time. You know, my resources are limited. Ooh, and again we get the Sage, and the Sage was all about introspection in my Fire Trine reading, and the Sage comes up here again in the Earth reading. And the Sage is basically telling you, do not act quickly. The Sage doesn't act when he sees, observes, or people come to him with issues. He sits and meditates. He sits and does an introspection before he takes action. And this Sage depicted here is Lord Ganesha. And Lord Ganesha in Jyotish or Hinduism too is the remover of obstacles. But the remover of obstacles tells you that at the end of the day, there are lessons to be learned by obstacles being put in your way. And he will remove the obstacles if and when he sees it fit, you know, so that your lessons to be learned is through introspection. Do not take on the burdens of others. You have your own. The obstacles in your way, Earth Trine, is your emotions. And as I said, it's quite surprising because for the Earth Trine to be grounded on the earth and be ruled by emotions right now, it tells you that something is not right in the universe. Think about it, Earth Trine, understand what the cards are telling you, and you also have a good one.